Magic 102.1, just always excited to have people in from our community, especially when we're doing outstanding work here in Houston. So we are honored to bring together today a wonderful organization into the Magic Studio, Rebuilding Together. We've got Thierry, who is the Chief of Communications. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
No problem. Thank you.
And you know what? There are so many great organizations that do magnificent work in the city that just don't get enough attention. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons that I'm excited to have you in today on Magic, because the work that you're doing, we just need to share it because there's an opportunity for more people to get involved. One thing that we come across frequently is people with the desire to get involved, but not really sure how, right? So if we could highlight more great organizations like yours, hopefully that will inspire more people with some concrete direction or where they could put their time, their money, and their resources. So let's talk a little bit about Rebuilding Together. Can you share a little bit about the organization?
Yeah, so Rebuilding Together Houston is a nonprofit that provides home repairs to veterans, seniors, and low-income families at no cost to the homeowner. This is our 41st year. We've done almost 15,000 homes in the Houston-Harris County area.
41 years.
41 years.
It's amazing because it's like a nugget right here in the city. It's almost like, I don't want to say the best kept secret, because if you've been around for 41 years, that means there's a strong group of supporters that have been in your corner. But I also feel like there's more people that need to know about the great work that you do. And as a homeowner myself, when those bills come due, the roof needs some attention, or there's just something in the house and, the budget doesn't line up with what the need is. So what was the inspiration behind the organization?
Well, it was really there was a need in the community, for home repairs and finding out a way to be able to serve the community in a way that is able to really uplift communities across the city. And so in Houston alone, there is over 100,000 homeowners that need home repairs. And so the need is great. So us being able to come in, do that work in the home is able to have a transformative impact on families' lives.
I think so. One of the things about houses, right, is that it's almost like our bodies. If we don't give things that need repair the proper attention, that tends to lead to other problems, right? So it may be one repair that's needed today, but because that repair gets left undone, that could cause more problems for the homeowner. And you become, all of a sudden you've got a compounding problem where it's a problem that we couldn't address because we couldn't afford it, we didn't have the resources, and now that's led to another problem and another problem. But if you could turn back the hands of time and just go back to the moment where the problem first started and address that, you'd probably be in a different situation. And I just can imagine how overwhelming it is, as you're talking about veterans and senior citizens and low income families. I mean, it's extra money isn't really around.
That's right. And what we end up seeing is 70% of the people that we serve are seniors. And so those are folks that have bought their home, have maintained their home, have done the hard work, but now they just need an extra hand. They need someone to meet them, to be able to serve them. And that's where we come in, and we're glad to do that.
Yeah, that is awesome. So talk a little bit about, it's an incredible organization, been around for 41 years, talking about rebuilding together right here in Houston. And, there's a great community of people that you service, but there's also a wonderful community of people that have been able to keep the organization moving and doing great work for 41 years. So talk a little bit about the volunteers and the people that get involved.
Yeah, so Rebuilding Together Houston over the last 41 years has had over 300,000 volunteers service. So those are folks all across the city, volunteer crews that are coming from different corporations, that are coming from different faith-based groups, churches, that have decided that they want to be able to help this city in a way that's meaningful. And so we're super thankful for those volunteers that really are the heart of our organization.
What kind of repairs can you do for someone?
So as a part of our repairs, it's roof restoration, it's stabilizing the structure, it's doing electrical repairs, plumbing. So in addition, we also have our Safe and Sound Services program, where we do a health and safety checklist to see, okay, can you live in your home safe? Is there a healthy house for you? And if not, then we'll install window AC units. We know our weather in Houston gets a bit crazy. So people are able to breathe comfortably in their home. We install ceiling fans, smoke detectors. So that's some of the work that we're able to do for people.
And those services are really invaluable. I'm blessed. I got a husband and we got the honey-do list, but, everybody isn't always as fortunate to have somebody who's handy. And when your finances are limited and, not only maybe not be handy, but also sometimes, there's people out there, I'm just being honest, that, you know, their intentions may be good, but their work isn't so much. And so there's a lot of folks sometimes getting taken advantage of, and the work isn't quality. So it's really a blessing that your organization is here, been here for 41 years, rebuilding together right here in Houston. And so for people that could benefit from the services you provide, how do you find, I mean, there's so many deserving people. You dropped a big number there, and we know a lot of that number came from Harvey and things that haven't been able to be addressed with people's homes. So how do people come to your organization when they need help?
Yeah, so they can go to rebuildingtogetherhouston.org, or they can call 713-659-2511.
Okay.
So that's for those that want to apply for our services. And for those that want to donate, because last year alone, we believe we've turned away over 500 families because of funding constraints. They can text RTH to 44321 or go to rebuildingtogetherhouston.org.
And you know, I'm a woman who's about my business. You might call me a businesswoman. So on the business side of things, just want to make mention for people that are donating services because of your organization, that would be a tax deductible donation, correct?
Yeah.
See, I'm putting that out there because I know there's a lot of businesses here in the city that, you know, are having a lot of success. A lot of businesses really came up during the pandemic and, you know, really just been able to experience a lot of growth. But I'm also a person who believes in, you know, you got to give back. So give back to the city that's allowing your business to grow. And this could be an incredible opportunity for your business, whether it's services that you can provide, man or woman power that you can provide, or even financial donation that would go a long way to helping our seniors, veterans, and low income right here in the city. And you know, one thing that I can say about Houston, I think Thierry, you can agree, we love Houston. We are Houston proud, baby.
We do.
We throw that H up. We love everything about our city. There's a lot of pride that goes into the city, and there's nothing like being able to ride around into our neighborhoods and just see the history and the diversity and the difference in, you know, how the houses are built and all of that. So what your organization really is doing is helping to preserve a lot of that.
That's right, and that's important to us. In the Third Ward, which is the focus of our Rising Together celebration this year, over 1,000 families could use our services. So that plays a huge role in even preserving the character of the neighborhood that we're talking about.
So I know later on this month you're going to be, we are rebuilding together. We are going to be working on a house. Can you tell me the story of the house that we're going to be working with you on?
Yes, so it's a Third Ward home owned by Tyler Lewis. It was a home that was passed down from her mom. So they bought the home about 30 years ago. And in 2016, on May 2nd, her mom passed away. And she took ownership of the home on May 4th, right after graduating from college. So she's a third generation Third Ward resident. She went to Ryan Middle School, Jackie Yates High School. So she's Third Ward through and through, and we are extremely happy to be able to serve her on from February 20th to 24th.
You know, it's a blessing, and I'm just grateful that you thought of us because, again, you know, we're blessed to belong in the community in Houston, but even with the amount of years, there's so much good work we haven't yet uncovered even for us. So I just want to say thank you to you for, you know, making us a part of this effort and allowing us to learn about your organization, because that's where the real work is. You know, we can get out here, boots on the ground, and work together with organizations like Rebuilding Together Houston and really rebuild together. I may not be that talented, but I can work a paintbrush.
Yeah.
You know, I can rake some grass, I can mow a lawn, I can plant, you know, and it's just, you know, knowing that you've done something for someone that they weren't able to do for themselves. And that's just a gift that just keeps on giving. When you can roll up to your house and feel like you're in a safe place, your house is your castle. It needs to be your place of peace. And to know that we can help restore that for people in Houston that are in need is just an incredible blessing. So I've learned in my years of raising funds that it is important to give out the phone number 3 times. So it may seem a little bit redundant, but I'm going to ask you to drop that phone number 3 good times.
Yes, so it's 713-659-2511, 713-659-2511.
And last time?
713-659-2511.
Okay, awesome. I just want to say thank you for coming by today, and we're excited to work with you later on this month and do some good work in our community. Once again, been speaking with Thierry, who's Chief of Communications with Rebuilding Together Houston. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much for having us.